Dubai is heating up with Token 2049 being in full swing, and a lot of events are happening left and right. I'm going to share with you some pictures in this video, but we just have some breaking major news with the announcement of StrideSwap, developed by the Stride team, liquid staking market leader in Cosmos, that now announced a new IBC Eureka DEX. IBC Eureka being IBC V2, basically expanding the IBC protocol to Ethereum, and in the future also to other EVM chains, Solana, and eventually also to Move chains and everything else, fulfilling the vision of the Internet of blockchains. This is developed in partnership with Interchain Labs, the new operational arm of Interchain Foundation, also demonstrating that these guys are serious. They're not playing around, they're not wasting time. They're just in office for 3.5 months or something like that, and they are already shipping and delivering. First IBC Eureka, now StrideSwap, and eventually also a permissionless virtual machine that will be deployed on the Cosmos Hub, making the Cosmos Hub a real hub and also starting to accrue value for Atom. And the best thing is that a lot of the infrastructure is already there, so they're just connecting the dots with Skip Protocol, which is what Interchain Labs was previously called before the acquisition, and their Oracle engines and their IBC.fun, now called Skip Go aggregator, basically. Well, now it's all focused on IBC Eureka, which is routing IBC traffic through Atom, through the Cosmos Hub, and with each IBC Eureka transaction, Atom gets burned. And as part of that partnership, Stride also announces that the Interchain Foundation has invested into Stride. We don't know the amount, but ICF is now backing Stride. Riley, Aiden, and the Stride team are also based in New York, which is where Mac, Barry, and Interchain Labs is also headquartered out of. So they're actually working now out of the same office for the next couple of months. And even before that, their offices were super close, I think 100, 200 meters apart, and by coincidence. But now they're working from the same office, they're fully aligned, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Both teams are young, ambitious, well-respected, and true hustlers, bringing this fresh spirit and alignment to Cosmos, which is what we urgently needed. Well, Stride will also be the primary venue for routing liquidity across the IBC Eureka bridge. So from my understanding, StrideSwap will basically be to IBC Eureka what Osmosis was for IBC V1. And Stride is also bringing their liquid staking protocol with them, which they currently have around $40–50 million in TVL or something like that. So Stride is also expanding their product offering and also coming home to the hub, being a lot more hub aligned than they were before. They also have a revenue share, so fees on StrideSwap will buy and burn STRD, 80% of that, and 20% will be used to buy and burn Atom. So there's also a flywheel both for the STRD token that is not going to go away. STRD will also be the sole governance token of StrideSwap, and Atom will also accrue value by being bought back and burned on StrideSwap. The timeline is to go live in summer 2025, so June, July, maybe August. Hopefully we'll see StrideSwap go live as soon as possible. Development is in full swing, and what the DEX will include is features like best trade execution for Eureka routes, and we already know chains like Babylon, Nillion, and also dYdX are going to make heavy use of IBC Eureka. Also support for all chains, tokens, and wallets that are used by IBC Eureka, advanced trading features, permissionless customizable hooks, multi-chain swaps, vertical integration of their liquid staking protocol, professional market making, liquidity pools, built-in vaults, white glove token deployments, and also dynamic fees, and eventually also a lot more, and also a lot more interoperability with other ecosystems. Strategically, that also means Stride is a lot more aligned with the Cosmos Hub than they were previously. Previously, they already were deployed as a consumer chain or a Cosmos Hub secured network, but now they also have a lot more tighter integrations and flywheel of economics between the STRD token and the Atom token, and also close alignment with Interchain Labs being the main organization in Cosmos. So moving forward, their main emphasis will be on StrideSwap with vertically integrating ST Atom into the DEX, and this is all built on the Cosmos Hub, but also powered by the STRD token, which also reacted with a 50% pump upon the announcement. Shortly after that, you saw it in the thumbnail, currently at 30 cents, implying a 30 million FDV for the STRD token, which is still very, very low. And we have to see how that price movement now sticks on the chart, or if there's more sell-offs and if the price will come down, if we're going to see this BART pattern. But let's see. So far, as I'm recording, the Stride price is at around 30 cents. Now, the Cosmos account also tweeted about this, and I love how Nico and the new marketing team at ICL are really gaining massive traction. This got 900,000 impressions, and a lot of interactions and engagement. And that is not all. In fact, I'm very, very proud to be co-hosting a session today, a live stream that will also be live streamed here on this YouTube channel here on CryptoCito, and also on the Cito Zone Twitter account, alongside both Cosmos accounts on Twitter and YouTube. And I'll be hosting this together with Nico. And we have a stacked panel with Riley, Aiden, and Vishal, all co-founders of Stride, and then also Mac and Barry from ICL, to talk about the announcement, what it means for Atom, for the Cosmos Hub, for Stride, for Cosmos DeFi in general, and what the game plan and short-term roadmap is on that end. So tune in for that one. Going to be interesting, but you will also get to listen to the recording if you can't make it to the live. Now, one of my first initial reactions to the Stride Swap announcement was, in fact, what does that mean for Osmosis? Because Osmosis is the IBC DEX, is well established, has been around for many years. And what does that mean, and what are the synergies? And those are also maybe the things that we'll be discussing tonight in the live stream with Barry, who also put out a banger post. And I really love how, ICL leadership is now bull posting Cosmos like there's no tomorrow. And he's now focusing that post on RWAs and BTCfi, which are two very hot trends. And Babylon being the inventor, category creator of Bitcoin staking, full on Cosmos SDK blockchain. Ondo Finance, that has close ties with BlackRock as well, is also launching a Cosmos chain, right? They have announced it a few weeks ago. Right now they're in Ethereum, but they will eventually also launch their Cosmos SDK blockchain. Maybe around the time Cosmoverse happens, we'll see. Lombard Finance, that has investment from Franklin Templeton. So we even have TradFi, like well-established, credible institutions and organizations that are bringing big boys money to the table, that are all part of Cosmos and the Cosmos ecosystem. And Barry is also expanding on why they're all choosing to build on Cosmos, because as of now, I think it's all been basically organic adoption that the Cosmos stack has achieved as a technology stack, meaning the Cosmos SDK, IBC, Comet BFT, the consensus algorithm, and all the modules that you can pick and choose to customize your own chain, but also the community around validators, around contributors, operators, right, relayers. There are so many different parties that might not be as visible to the retail person, but I think for builders and contributors and developers, these are all very, very important things. And this is what makes the Cosmos ecosystem so complete on the back end, right? And here in Dubai during this event week, I went to like 6 or 7 events within the past two or 3 days. There's a lot of respect for Cosmos from the Solana community, from Avalanche, from Ethereum people. They all truly respect what Cosmos has built. And now it's all about connecting the dots, scaling the adoption. And then I think Cosmos can truly achieve the vision of the user-owned internet, and also the internet of blockchains, the interoperability standard in all of crypto. Part of the reason why Cosmos has been quite messy is because the Interchain Foundation was not actively maintaining also the visuals, the websites, the graphics, and advancing any of that. But now they are, and they have just revamped basically the ibcprotocol.dev website, which is the dedicated website for the inter-blockchain communication protocol. They also share some stats with you, right? In the past month alone, IBC routed over $2 billion worth of assets, 1.84 million transactions, and has around 830,000 monthly active users, connecting 115 and counting IBC chains that are all connected through this interoperability protocol, like Axelar, Mantra, Secret for privacy, right? Akash, Kava has been around forever as well, Saga, Celestia, the Cosmos Hub, of course, and many more. And growth is there since 2021. We had 32 chains. Now we are at over 115 and more. But there's also now much easier and simplified access to all the technical resources and blog posts written by Susanna, who's also been around for a very long time, core contributor to IBC specifically and Cosmos in general, keeping us updated in real time with deep dives on the evolution of IBC. So check that out. And if you want to meet your Cosmos heroes, any of those chains, of those projects, contributors, developers, if you want to join Cosmos, or if you are holding Atom, if you want to work in the ecosystem, then I strongly recommend you to come to Cosmoverse this year, late October, Split, Croatia. We're coming to the Balkans. You can do 2 things right now. You can get your ticket. There's still the last round of early bird tickets available. We actually increased our pool of tickets compared to the previous year by 4x. So last year we had around 50 early bird tickets. Now we have 200. So there's still a few left. I think 45 or 50 tickets are still left on the early bird pool. Then if you are a loyal Cosmoverse attendee, you might qualify for the loyalty pass, which will stay at the $39 price until the conference basically happens. So this will be open until everyone who's eligible claimed their ticket. And this might also give you more exclusive, drops or NFTs or anything the like, because this means you are a loyal Cosmoverse attendee. And then we also have the executive ticket at $800 basically, that also has its own agenda. We have a VC brunch, VC soiree, the opening dinner as well, that you have full access here, and the executive lounge, which this year is going to be a penthouse, very sick venue overseeing the Dalmatian coast. So check that out. Make your trip out to Cosmoverse. It will be worth it. I'm also shilling it here left and right in Dubai with all events. And I think people are very excited to also have a reason to visit Croatia, because I think Croatia is a very exclusive, very special place. And this venue specifically that we picked is a coastal seaside hotel, basically a resort, right? But it also has the perfect conference amenities. You can see a big ballroom, a lot of restaurants, beautiful hotel rooms with sea view, most of them actually. And that means you can also now book your room as well. We got a discounted rate at 105 euros, which is unbeatable nowadays. For this type of hotel specifically, 105 euros a night, which includes breakfast. So come with your team, with your friend, with your family even, right? This is all family friendly as well. You can bring your kids. There's a huge kids area as well, because I know some of you are traveling with their families, and you can connect those dots as well. So Cosmos, check that out, and hope to see you there in Croatia late October. Well, now, in the past week, we had a lot of big advancements and launches, not only the StrideSwap announcement, but also the Initia mainnet launch. It finally happened. We did some coverage, Winnie from Stakecito, on the Stakecito Twitter account, also walking through what Initia is and also how to claim your airdrop, because there was an airdrop, and you can claim that actually right now. Initia, one of the most highly anticipated launches of the year. And with it also MilkyWay went live, that is also deploying an Initia rollup specifically for init liquid staking. So you can liquid stake right now your init tokens through MilkyWay. And Kepler also quickly shared how you can add MilkyWay to your wallet in Kepler and also see your Milk airdrop or your Milk holdings. If you're an investor into Milk, then you can check that out. But we'll cover that later on in the airdrop segment. However, MilkyWay is also a huge liquid staking protocol with 250 million or something like that in TVL, mostly from TIA. They also have integrations with even other liquid staking providers with their restaking platform. So currently 173 million. But they're also building this restaking platform where you can restake your DTIA, for example, from Neutron, and you can also, or could previously earn those Milk points that are now translating into the airdrop. But we're going to cover that later on. First off, the Initia airdrop, you can claim that here by going on the airdrop.initia.xyz site, and then you can choose which category you fall into, test and participant, stack partner, or social contributor. If you have tweeted about them, then you might be eligible here. I also got the social contributor airdrop, around 500 tokens that are just natively staked with, of course, our validator Stakecito. We are one of the validators for Initia. So if you are eligible for the init airdrop and you want to stake, then please consider staking with Stakecito. We truly appreciate that. We didn't get a foundation delegation, but we just spun up the node and we're still in the active set. So that is definitely much, much appreciated. And one thing I really want to highlight, what some people outside of Cosmos might not know, is that Initia is actually a full-on Cosmos SDK blockchain. So not only are they, using a fork of Comet BFT like Optimum, that is a new project, for example, is doing, or even Berachain, right? Berachain is using Comet BFT for their consensus. So they are kind of a Cosmos chain, but there's, layers to it. And Initia is a full-on Cosmos blockchain because they're built on a Cosmos SDK, fully IBC compatible. And they will also make use of IBC Eureka eventually. And also that means there's Atom alignment, which is very surprising because I did this panel in person here in Dubai last year with Zon, the founder of Initia. And back then he was still quite bearish on Cosmos and Atom and everything. But now there seems to be more alignment and cohesion and connections also with the new ICL leadership. Mark actually knows Zoni since college, so they've been knowing each other for a very long time, and he's also very excited to work with them, I guess, and also explore more collaborations and integrations between the Cosmos Hub, Initia, and the rest of the Cosmos gang. Also, another guy who's bullish or seems bullish is Mr. CZ. He just casually hung out with Zon and the other co-founder Stan from Initia. So that's cool to see also that there's some traction. Obviously, this post got a lot of traction and alignment there with CZ, the man himself. Now, switching gears, Babylon, another chain that is very, very big just went live a few weeks ago with the baby token. There's also an airdrop that is not as big, so you probably don't even want to claim it or whatever. That's fine. But Babylon are the pioneers, inventors of Bitcoin staking. We've been covering them here since 2022, like a very long time ago, and also just co-hosted a brunch with them here in Dubai with the Babylon team. And now, for the first time since December, you can stake fresh new BTC on the Babylon Genesis, on the Babylon mainnet. There's also a migration in full swing right now. So if you have been a staker, a Bitcoin staker in phase 1 or phase 2, then you actually have to take action and you have to migrate that. And we're going to show you that in a second. But if you want to freshly stake your BTC now, there's also a full-on integration in Kepler wallet. So very, very easy. Kepler, I think, is also killing it with their integrations, additions, right? They have Berachain, they have Noble also integrated. We can earn yield on USDC with Noble. They have Initia integrated and also Babylon fully integrated on Kepler. And Sebmas from my team at the Cito Zone did a full-on tutorial on how you can migrate. So this is a step-by-step. You can probably watch it at 2x, so it goes a little bit faster, but full-on step-by-step guide on how to migrate your BTC staking with Babylon. And also, I hope you consider choosing Stakecito as your finality provider of choice. So with Stakecito, we're not only a baby validator, a Babylon Genesis validator, but also we are a finality provider. So we can receive both BTC staking and also baby delegations to our validator. Anyways, Sebmas did a great job. Big shout out. He's a great creator as well, and a dear friend also here in Dubai now since a couple of months. And he's just doing an absolutely amazing job with content, also running Cito Plus, which we're going to get towards later as well. But yeah, give a follow to Sebmas as well. And as mentioned, we just had an amazing brunch with the Babylon team here in Dubai. We kept it quite low key and invited our friends and chains we validate on. Around 30-35 people showed up. We had a guy from Sutlayer. We had Adrian from Namada was there, founder of Namada Noma. We had someone from Avalanche was there. And a lot of other chains that we're validating on, partners, friends, delegators, right? We also had Coin Bureau was there, Nick, also someone from Xion that we haven't previously connected with. So I think this was a super smooth and amazing start to the conference week here in Dubai. And of course, Ghazni, DevOps engineer, Serge on the right, Zach on the left, you saw also from the Cosmoverse team, Leo, our graphic designer, and team. So good vibes, and we're all excited to hopefully bring back the bull run and bullish vibes. But this is exactly what why physical meetups, events, gatherings, brunches, dinners are so important, because you really have meaningful conversations. Now to wrap it up, quick airdrop segment. First off, we have Passage. The bonus airdrop is now live. You have until May 24th to claim your bonus Passage airdrop. Then, as I mentioned, your Milk airdrop, you have 29 days to claim that one. This one is going to be locked. I think 20% are claimable right away, then 25% each in phase 2 and 3, and then the remaining 30% in 1 year. So yes, this is vested. I'm just a messenger here. You can be mad about it. You can complain about it. I'm just sharing that information with you. By the way, also for full disclosure, I am an investor into MilkyWay with Cito Ventures. We are about to launch the Cito Ventures page on our website as well, on the Cito Zone. So you can also keep track of all the investments, the thesis, and basically all the back biases that we have here at the Cito Zone. But Milk airdrop, one that you should check out if you're eligible, which might be the case if you are an endpoint holder, if you have used MilkyWay, Militia NFT holders as well, and also Milk Init testers that were also all eligible from that 10% Genesis supply airdrop. Then Hyperlane also has their airdrop claim period ongoing until May 22nd. We covered that a couple of times already, so not going to get into details here. Just a reminder, go claim your Hyperlane airdrop. If you want a more step-by-step guide in real time with someone walking you through, then also check out this tutorial from Sebmas. He did another one, basically walking you through about all these 4 airdrops, how you can claim them, what you need to do. But if you really want to double down in that and not only not miss out on claiming airdrops, but also on eligibility criteria, or if you even want exclusive whitelist slots for NFTs, which we had for Omis, for Whale Sharks, and some others, then consider joining Cito Plus, which is a premium platform, $39 a month, and you have basically a direct Interchain customer service, if you will. We share email reminders, we have a Discord group, we share more in-depth tutorials in a timely manner as well. And just maximize the chances that you are not missing out. And our members love it. They have already generated even returns from joining that group. So definitely something for you to check out. And also there you can request, guests, interviews, with founders or projects in Cosmos, and then we'll do our best to make it happen exclusively. 2 other things on how you can earn money by being an active member and contribute. Number 1, dYdX, they have their trading competition from their search program, where you can earn in this month a share from a $2 million pool. There's also a leaderboard on dYdX, so go trade on dYdX. Use the top link in the video description where I affiliate for dYdX, so you get huge discounts on trading. And if you want to also become an affiliate, you can also do that and just apply here to become a dYdX affiliate. They have basically 2 tiers, the kind of regular tier that gives you some, I think, 20-30% discounts. And then they have the VIP tier, which is what we have here at CryptoCito and the Cito Zone. And there you get even bigger discounts. Also highlighting dYdX here because we actually just caught up with them here in Dubai at their event with Bitcoin Swiss. It was good to not only meet Charles, the CEO at the dYdX Foundation, but also Antonio, the founder, the solo founder of dYdX, which we covered here a couple times. First time I met him, we had a quick, I don't know, 5-10 minute chat. He's actually very, very smart, humble, and yeah, just wants to focus on building. Like he doesn't seem to me to be like a person that wants to be in spotlight all the time. I think he's fine with, being more in the background strategically, deciding on the kind of roadmap. And he has a clear vision for dYdX, and it's just a hardcore build as well. Then also Sek from Cosmoverse and Gazni from Stakecito. Finally, also want to highlight and give a shout out to Omniflix, good friends of mine, core contributors in Cosmos for a very long time, early adopters, also powering Cosmoverse since 2021. They just announced Framefest, which is an incentivized media deepin testnet where you can also win from a 250K Flix pool. If you are a creator, you can participate here. There's also a leaderboard. There's 5 days left. You can stream your content, publish your content. And also on the other side, if you are a validator, then you can also run a media node and basically lease that out to creators. So there's also eventually a way for you to earn revenue. So check that out as well, especially if you are a creator. I think we really need decentralized media, and Omniflix is really the pioneer when it comes to that. Also fully minting Cosmos. And I think it definitely deserves more visibility and eyeballs. So, and not only do you have the chance to win Flix tokens, but you're also running on decentralized infrastructure, which is also something that I'm very, very bullish on mid to long term. I just think it's very, very hard to reach critical mass of an audience and platform retention, right? And I think it's also very competitive with other platforms, but definitely here at the Cito Zone, we are bullish on. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope I'll see you later tonight in the live stream with Stride and ICL, where we talk about Stride Swap, the new IBC Eureka DEX developed by Stride in collaboration with Interchain Labs. I'll see you then. Until then, stay safe and be good.